Hello, take two. I'm here. If you're finding me, please leave a comment so I know if the computer's working this time. Um, my computer was doing weird things, and hopefully it's starting to work again. I reboot before each session, but apparently it was just tired and having a morning. Let me see if I'm online here. I'm looking. Okay, it looks like I'm on, and it looks like I'm following me. Is anybody else online? So, hello, happy Tuesday. My computer's being a bit of a jerk, and I'm sorry about that. Um, Hopefully, we'll have a good talk regardless. Dear heavens, what is it doing? So, let's see, where was I? Last week, I talked to you on Tuesday, and then I left town. I went to Syracuse. I went to Calico Gals in Syracuse, and I was watching that storm very carefully because there was a storm going, a Great Lakes storm, and it hit north of Syracuse, which was nice. Hello, Carol. While I am cold, I'm not quite frozen, is the last thing you posted. I was frozen. I am cold. I threw a sweatshirt jacket on. But yeah, my computer was being a bit of a bum. So boo for computers, but it's good to see you back again. So I was up at Calico Gals in Syracuse, New York. And in the week before, you always watch the weather in Syracuse because Syracuse is like the snowiest city of a certain size, whatever. And I always taking my daughter to and from college in Buffalo, New York. It was about a 7-hour drive, and I always had to drive through Syracuse. And no matter what time of year, it would be nice weather, nice weather, nice weather, snow in Syracuse, nice weather, nice weather. Just kind of the way it is. So a storm came through the Great Lakes last week, and there was a lot of snow, but it went north of Syracuse, which was nice. So I had the most amazing time at the shop. Cindy was fabulous. Cindy ran the event for the store, and she got me a really cool tea mug that's totally part of my life now. Because it keeps the tea warm for hours and hours and hours. So when I want tea now, I make 2 cups of tea at a time. I make one now, and then I make one for later. So like last night we went to the movies, and I made a cup of tea at like 5 o'clock and took it with me, and then I could drink it in the car after 9 when I got out of the movies. And it's nice to be in a cold car with a nice hot cup of tea. So Cindy, you're a part of my everyday life now. I make 2 cups of tea, and one in my at-home cup and one in my Cindy cup. So the students were fabulous at Calico Gals. I had a morning class of straight rulers, machine quilting with straight rulers on a long arm, and an afternoon class of machine quilting with curved rulers on a long arm. And they asked for these special classes, more than just how do I use rulers, but what do I do with them? So I broke it down into straight and curved and had a fabulous time. The students were amazing, and none of them came home in my pocket as my best friends, which made me really sad. So we'll just have to be friends online and not have them live next door. Yeah, it was just a great, great day of teaching. Now, I love my job, like a lot. So my husband came with me on this trip. So while I was gone, while I was at work, there's a zoo. And he said it would have been a lot of walking for me. So I'm glad he got to go. And there was a canal museum, like the Erie Canal that goes from like Erie to the Hudson. So he went to that museum. And then immediately packed me up and drove me over to Rochester, New York, so we could go to a movie. And then we stayed over in Rochester and went to the Museum of Play in Rochester, New York, which I have never heard of. And I'm only now thinking of it. Is it weird that 2 grown-ups went to a museum of play? This museum was full of kids running around, and there was the Sesame Street area, like a whole thing. And there was the Berenstain Bears, a whole thing. There was a whole thing about books. There was a it's really hard to describe, but go to the Strong Museum of Play in Rochester. Check it out online. It's insane. Like next time I go, I need to bring all my grandkids. I highly recommend it. I didn't know it was there, but it was wonderful. And then the second floor, there was a lot of video game interactive exhibits, which my video game man, that's why he wanted to go there. So like you can get a wristband. We were running out of time because we had to drive home, but you can get a wristband and make your own character and like make your own video game and all this stuff, which we didn't have time to do, but we'll be going back. So that's when the fun part of the weekend ended, because we drove home and it was 5+ hours of just the most craptastic weather imaginable that could only have been worse if it was snowing. But it was like blinding rain and lightning and thunder and crazy stuff. So that was my weekend. It ended with a bang. It started off well and ended with a bang, but the bang was thunder. So it was a fabulous weekend. And I do love when my husband travels with me, because number one, I have a driver and I have someone I eat dinner with, and just it makes my life easier when he travels with me. So I think that's our retirement plan, but he's still working for a couple years. So let's see. Savannah says the echo is gone. Hello, Diana. I'm glad you're here. Okay, I'll be right here waiting for you, Savannah. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm right here. The museum is a fun place to see. You should definitely go. Take some little people with you. And like I have family, one of my kids lives near Albany. It's like a 3.5 hour drive, which is a little far. So, but if it was closer, I would get them a membership to it and just go whenever they want to go. It's just really, really, really amazing. And I can't believe I've never heard of it before. And I'm sending out the information to my nieces and nephews to take their kids and everything. Because one of my nieces just loves to travel and have her kids see all the really cool stuff. And it's, it would be a trip for them, but it's a worthwhile trip. So go to the Strong Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. Let's see. Cindy, hi. I'm glad to see you. I had computer trouble, so you got in because this is my second attempt at a Facebook Live today. And hello, Heather, you are up early today. Again, this is my second attempt, so maybe that gave you a couple more minutes to sleep. Heather's in Australia, so this is early morning for her. It's 2:30 in the afternoon for me, but it's like 5 o'clock in the morning there or something crazy. So anyway, that was my weekend. It was fabulous. I love writing new classes and more advanced material, and I'm thinking about how to repackage classes to get to shops or online or whatever, because teaching is just so wonderful. It's just such a great experience for me and hopefully for the students. I think for the students as well. They've told me, they've reported so. But I just have to keep making this work. So I'm thrilled. And then I came home and I've had a couple private lessons the last couple of days and got a little work. And oh my word, for the first time in months and months and months and months and months, I got a newsletter out. How impressive was that? But I'll talk because I put something online because I've just been traveling a lot and it's been a while. A lot's been going on with traveling, and traveling is exhausting, apparently. People are like, oh, can you do that after work? I'm like, you know what I can do after work? Stare into space. My husband was so cute taking me after work on Friday to go to the movies. And he was like, well, it's about an 1.5 hour drive from Syracuse to where we go to the movies. You can take a nap in the car and then you'll be ready for the movie. So that was kind of fun. And the movie had recliners. I'm like, oh, that's dangerous after I worked all day. This could be like a really nice nap. And I did miss the first couple minutes of the film, but once I got into it, I was fine. And the first couple minutes of the film didn't matter. So that was my last weekend. And then I came home and I have stuff. Even when I'm not home, stuff shows up at my house, like shopping. So let's see. I was looking at, I'm a week behind on Primitive Gatherings, like who I like to follow and watch. But because I was traveling, and I hope to watch them today. But this is apparently Primitive Gatherings fabric. So this is their Christmas. This is not their Christmas line. I forget what line this is. Was this Garden Gatherings fabric? Anyway, I can look it up because I saw the kit online and then I had to buy the fabric. So Moda. Let's see what line of fabric this is. Pumpkin Spice. This is Pumpkin Spice fabric. I knew it wasn't Christmas and I knew it wasn't 4th of July. So this is Pumpkin Spice fabric put together on a Christmassy quilt. And then it's a polka dotty background. So I might have bought the kit in the magazine to make this. And then in the magazine, so I was home Sunday night drinking a cup of tea. I know. Reading my magazine. And I'm like, oh, I need to make this quilt. So this is in here because I need another applique quilt. Like I need an extra hole in my head, but apparently I have to make this. And this is Farmhouse Stars. Could have bet $1 million just looking at this. This is Kim Deal, who I also love. So I need to make that. I'm in trouble is what I'm saying. So I'm buying all the things, like all the things, because I haven't been able to sew a lot. So anyway, this is the cover of the New American Patchwork and Quilting magazine. And there's my kit for that. Move that over. Now, you know, while shipping was covered, I bought a few more things. So when I was out at Primitive Gatherings a couple years ago, they had a quilt along that was Christmas trees with little star blocks in them. And so I bought the pattern for that. And even before that, there's a red, white, and blue quilt along. And the proceeds from this go to Hogs for Heroes, which is buying Harley motorcycles for veterans. So I already bought this once, but I lost it. So I had to buy it again. I'm already in process on the quilt, but these are like 3/4 inch strips, insanity stuff. But I needed to have the pattern for that. And Primitive Cow Square Dance. Look at all the space on that quilt for ribbon candy. Got to make that one. So I might have to pull some fabric out of my stash to make that. So that's new. And then on Monday, I think, I got this. So I ordered some fabric. This is from Benartex, a fat quarter pack of 21 pieces of blue mill fabric from Pat Sloan. I do collect Pat Sloan fabric because Pat Sloan is awesome. So I have that. And then this was ordered a long time ago and it finally came in. Also from Benartex fabric. This is Cheetos World. Now, Kimberly Einmo is fabulous. She designs for Benartex. She works with Janome sewing machines, and she is a stellar human being. We used to always love hanging out whenever I was teaching at shows and we'd get to see each other. But she lived in Australia for a while, so I bought her kangaroo line of fabric when she had that. And she's back in the States, and she has an orange cat, and his name is Cheeto. And she made this fabric line for Cheeto. So, of course, I had to buy it. So look for this. And like inside the little cat here, it says, "Here, kitty, kitty." This is just a stupidly happy fabric line that will make me stupidly happy. So bought that. Is that everything that's new on my chair? I think so. Excuse me. Let's see. I have a box I'm reaching for. Ugh, this is my last pair of Fluvogs I bought. They're not new shoes at this time, but it's a really nice box. Do you ever get a box you just can't get rid of because it's a really nice box? This is that time. So I told you my guild is doing a block of the month from Pat Speth, and it uses 5-inch charm squares. So I've been cutting some charm squares from stash scraps to make blocks. I made my first block was called Town Square. Doo-doo. And then I made 16 friends of it and put it in its own quilt, which I have yet to quilt up. But last week as I was leaving, the new month 2 block came out in its Grecian square. Doo-doo-doo. So I made that last night. and I might make 16 of his friends to make another quilt. Whenever I do scrap quilts or mystery quilts or block of the month or quilt-alongs or anything like that, I tend toward red, white, and blue quilts because my favorite charity is Quilts of Valor. Derp. Sorry about that. It's Quilts of Valor. And I know I can always give a quilt away. You can always find a quilt, a home when it's red, white, and blue because that's the colors of our country and our armed forces, and it goes to veterans, things like that. So that's what I'm doing. I can show you what I finished this week. So that's what I got new. That's what I have in process. Let's see, what have I finished? Which is not a lot. Did it show up? Oh, hold on. I had it pulled up before, but then my whole computer died. Let me pull it up again. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm still here. I'm just looking for my images. Let's see. I'm coming. Okay. I've saved things in folders, but sometimes you got to remember what you called the folders. Okay, I think that'll be it. Let me share this with you. So this is what went up online today. I made this quilt. This is a Primitive Gatherings pattern called Snowball Fight. It's in Snowman Gatherings 4 book, I believe. And I just made it scrappy because I have boxes about the size of the box that I just showed you. Maybe 8 of those full of 2.5-inch squares, stacked neatly and tight in those boxes. So I pulled out my box of white off-white squares and my box of blue squares and made this quilt. I could make 4 more of them with the blues. I'm running low on the off-whites though. So that's done. Then I made snowflakes inside of it. And I was showing this in a lesson this morning. This is not a perfect snowflake, and I'm totally fine with that. The quilt has kind of a rustic, primitive feel to it, and I like that the snowflake looks like a person drew it. When you look at the whole quilt, it looks fabulous. When you look at the individual one, it's not perfect, and I like it that way. If I wanted it perfect, I'd have made it perfect. I'd have taken the time to do that, but I enjoyed the process of quilting the quilt and making the snowflake on there. And then I did my 9 patch with some continuous curve and some snowflakes in there. If you go to, let's see, stop sharing. If you go to my social media on Instagram, I have a quick video. I just edited together real quick last night just to show what I did. The entire quilt and the instructions on how I quilted is as the Bobbin Turns, my subscriber videos. But I edited together just a quick little snippet to put on Instagram so people could see how I did it. I mean, they didn't get the full thing, but because I have to limit it to a minute on Instagram. But anyway, that's what's out there. That's what I finished this week. I did finish a few other things this week that I can't tell you about because 2026 is coming and some things aren't out yet. So I finished 2 other quilts that I can't talk about, but they'll be coming out shortly. And then I have 26. I have my ideas for 2026. I'm still trying to design that mystery quilt for New Year's Day. We'll see if it happens. New Year's, like the first Saturday after New Year's. I haven't even looked at a calendar to see what day of the week that would be. When New Year's is. November, December. So the 3rd. It would be the 3rd if I did something. I don't have a pattern designed yet for a mystery quilt, but I'll try. You might have to try to find that magazine on Australia. It's called American Patchwork and Quilting from Better Homes and Gardens. And it is issue 197 from allpeoplequilt.com. So that's what I got for you. To be displayed until December 19th. So it's got Christmas ornaments in it. It's just, yeah, I need to make about 6 of the quilts in here because I need another quilt, like I need another hole in the head. Speaking of, I'm headed to Bits and Pieces to teach next week or this weekend. I'll be teaching Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I found another kit online there that I think might have to follow me home. It's just gorgeous. Let's see if I can find it really quickly here. Kits. And you need to tell me if I need it, because I think I need it. I mean, I don't need it, but I think I need it. So let's see. I'm talking. I'm coming. I'm working on it. There it is. Okay, I found the quilt, and then I'll share it with you. She might have a Black Friday sale going on. So let me come over to show you this page. Share screen. No. This one. I need that quilt. I think I need that quilt. It's a trip around the world. It's Jason Yenner fabric. It's humongous, and it's on sale. It is a significant amount off of that kit price there. So it is 87.5 by 107.5. And isn't that just gorgeous? And it's got a border print on it. I don't know why I need it, but I need it. Do I need it? Tell me not to buy it. Tell me I don't need it, except I need it. We all know I'm going to buy it. So let's see. Snowflakes are all different. That's my rationale to making the snowflakes, not worrying about them being the same. For me, the quilt itself, when it's done, I don't need. I got the joy of making it. I mean, like, you don't carry around your golf clubs because you went golfing. You experienced golfing. So I experienced quilting. And then I can give the quilt away. So yeah, I got the experience I wanted out of it, which was not stressing over it being perfect, because I don't care, because it looks fine the way it is. And then I get to give the quilt away. Let's see. You'd love a mystery on the 3rd. That would be awesome. Oh, the pressure. I know. I'm trying. I think I need to finish traveling, finish Thanksgiving, and then I can get it designed up on vacation when my brain finally has a minute off. Let's see. Your 60th birthday is on the 2nd. Well, happy birthday on the 2nd. I actually have a dear friend who is I think she's on the 2nd or the 3rd. But yeah, that's that first Saturday. Last year I did a mystery quilt. That was I put it out in New York time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock. It's just in 4 parts, and you finish it in an afternoon. It's just really big piecing. Haven't designed it yet, but I'll have to buckle down to it. Cindy, yeah, you're an enabler. Cindy, you're an enabler. And Nancy, yeah. Let's see, Nancy, not helping. I need it. I know, right? I'm going to go look at it in person to see if it gives me ick vibes. It won't give me ick vibes, but then I think it'll follow me home. Let's see. So Cindy, 1-3 would be great. Oh, yeah, you won't be able to sew, but we'll get you something you can finish. A fellow Capricorn. Cool. I know so little about zodiacs. Like, I know I'm Taurus, but I don't know much else. I don't know what that means or what else about it. But there you go. So yeah, let me see if what broke my computer last time finally loaded. My list of things I was going to talk to you about. Are we going to load? Or is this what broke my computer? Okay. I had a whole list written up of things to tell you in my online software I use just to keep track of things, and then that wouldn't load and broke my computer. So let's get over here. Where is my Facebook Live? So going through my notes, I went to Calico Gals. I went to the Rochester Strong Museum. Oh, movies. So I'll come back and see you. So I did see movies. And I saw a movie on Friday, and then I saw a movie last night. My husband loves the movies, and I'm fond of him, so I go with him. I'm not as fond of movies as he is, but I'm rather fond of him, so I'll go with him. So the movie on Friday was Now You See Me, Now You Don't, a movie about magic, like a con, but it involves magic and illusion and stuff. It was kind of crazy. It's apparently the third one. The first and second movie, it's at theaters now. The first and second movies are available to stream on Stars, because I have homework now to go back and watch the old movies. And then I saw a movie last night called Suso. It is like a movie from Finland. Sisu. SISU is the name of the movie. The Road to Revenge. Now the guy who stars in the movie never says a word, and I think he's Finnish, like from Finland. And the first movie I found available to stream on Tubi. Now I got like a really cheap, like $20 for the year at Stars, so I can go back and watch the other movies. And I think Tubi is free for everyone, TUBI. But I'm not recommending this movie. This movie is gore fest. If you saw, what's the name of the movie? The Revenant, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, where he gets mauled by a bear and he's just this rough, disgusting creature by the end of the movie. That's kind of what this is like, except fighting. The crowd was fabulous. They're cheering. We were there with another couple, and the wife and I were sitting next to each other, and she was like, I spent the whole movie staring at my husband going, can I look yet? It was pretty rough. So I'm not recommending it unless you're okay with gore. But it was really a good movie, and it was well done. But super bloody, super bloody, kind of really hard to explain. Look it up. You decide. This is not a recommendation, but that was last night's movie. And I saw that because we have Monday night mystery movies where for $5, one Monday night a month, one Monday nights, they'll just show a random movie that isn't out yet. And it's $5. So we don't know what we're going to see until we get there. And that's what it was last night. Laura. Hi, Laura. It's good to see you. You tell me I don't need the kit, but the second kit you ordered last week just arrived today. Yeah, that's the problem. That's a problem. But I would thought that the kit would be great if I buy that kit, because then I'll sign up and go on a retreat, and then I'll make it at retreat. And it'll just be like a big thing. But it's a really big quilt, but it's really pretty. So I'm going to go pet it first, and then I'm going to buy it. Because we all know I'm going to buy it. Let's see. Hi, Patty. I'm glad you're here. I was late too because my computer is being a bum. It's being mean, and it didn't work, and I had to close down and start up everything again later. So if you see a second video with me going, why isn't this working? Things went badly. But I'm glad you're here. You're right on time, and this is saved on YouTube. I think you can watch this on Facebook for 30 days, and then Facebook erases videos, but that's why I also stream to YouTube, because they can store them there. So that's something from my list that I got. I showed you the things I got from Primitive Gatherings and my Fat Quarter packs. Showed you the nickel, the 5-inch square block of the month that I'm doing. The finished things, I can't tell you. Ha, ha, ha. There was an old commie routine. How did you do it? Oh, I can't tell you. Ha, ha, ha. And that's what it feels like. And I'm on my way to Bits and Pieces. My husband will be probably going to movies while I'm gone, because there's a really good movie theater up in, I think it's in Massachusetts, that he likes to go to. And it's in Jordan's Furniture. And if you're in New England, that makes sense to you. But for the rest of the world, going to Jordan's Furniture store to watch a movie is a little weird. But apparently Jordan's Furniture is a thing, and they have one of the best movie theaters in the country inside of it, with this great sound system, and my husband likes to go there. That stuff is lost on me because I don't understand all the words in the movie, and I can't hear it, because movies aren't subtitled like they should be. But he'll tootle around. There's so much to do because it's only 30 miles from Boston. So I'm sure he will amuse himself. But I'm going to be teaching 4 days of hands-on handy quilter classes on the long arm. And those are my last 4 in-person teaching days for the rest of this year. I'm starting to get my calendar. I have a lot of placeholders on my calendar, but setting my calendar is different. I can't take bookings too long into the future because my sister is my first booking. If she travels, that means I travel, because if she goes away, then I move into her house to be near mom. And so she put her stuff on the calendar, so now I can take bookings. I'm getting a few things written on there, and looking to do more work at shops and guilds, traveling from Indiana to Maine down to Virginia. Further, like if you're at the beach, I could make that work. But those are the easy ones for me because I can drive from Indiana to Maine to Virginia. And after that, there needs to be a selling point to get there, just because I don't want to travel 150 pounds of luggage through an airport anymore, as in I physically can't do that. But if it's somewhere that like I would go and then stay on vacation, yeah, I can make that happen and we can work something out. So give me a call or have your guild message me or whatever, and we'll work it out. I'm also looking at some online classes for shops and stuff. So because that I can do from here without lugging 150 pounds of luggage through an airport. Cindy, IMAX at Jordan's. You're one of these Massachusetts people to whom that makes sense. But for the rest of the world, that's just weird. You don't go to a furniture store to watch a movie, except that you do. And that's fine. I'm from Pittsburgh originally. We do weird things there. Everyone has their own weird things they do. Let's see. Neat you live so close to your sister and your mom. Well, mom is about 400 miles away, so it's drivable. And mom and my sister are on the same street, so that's easy. But if my sister travels, I move in. That's the way it goes. And her neighbors are always so cute because I babysit the dog when I'm there. And they're like, I can't believe you come all this way just to watch the dog. I don't go all the way just to watch the dog. I go all the way to be near mom. Well, so we have somebody near mom just in case she needs anything, because she doesn't drive or anything. But while I'm there, I also watch my sister's dog. Cindy, I don't think I've ever had ice cream at Jordan's Furniture. Joan, you were watching on Facebook, but no comments went through. I'm so sorry. This was weird today. My computer was being weird. I'm so sorry. But hi, I'm glad you found me here. I got so Patty was commenting on Facebook. Laura was on Facebook. Nancy. Sorry, it was just being weird today. The system is weird. And I apologize for that. Computers are like that. But for the rest of today, I am going to do some work. I have some contract stuff, some paperwork to do. And then I'm going to do another quilt that I can't tell you about because it might be for next year's project, but we're going on an adventure next year online. So be prepared to go exploring with me like Lewis and Clark. So I have some work. I have some things that you won't get to see till next year. But it's... I feel like I'm finally back after taking off pretty much all of 2023 and then part of 2024. I really feel like I'm coming back into the quilt world, that my brain is as back as it's going to be. My body is as back as it's going to be. But I feel like I'm back in the groove of quilting. And I'm so thankful that you went along the journey with me. So that's this week. I will be here again next week on Tuesday at 2:30. 2 days before the American Thanksgiving. But I will be here. My house guests don't come till later. So I will see you again next week on Tuesday at 2:30. I'll probably get a grocery delivery while I'm talking to you because, yeah, there's a lot of cooking going on. But until then, I hope you find some time to take care of yourself, whatever that looks like. Life is short. Buy the kit. Buy the kit. I'm giving it right back to all of you who are telling me to go buy the kit. Cut into the fabric, have fun with it. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other too. The world's a weird place, and I think things are unnecessarily hard. So I've decided I'm going to be aggressively kind. That was a decision my husband and I made when our house was destroyed. They were aggressively kind to each other. And I try to be aggressively kind to people in general, just because the world's just so... Weird. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and happy quilting. I'll be back again next Tuesday at 2:30 New York time. Bye.